All right, ladies and gentlemen, how's it going? Welcome to your favorite chess channel YouTube channel. Hopefully, all of you are doing great and in good health. Today, we're gonna hear play some rating climbing games. Actually, I've just set it up the board. 10 minutes rapid games. Let's see who we get for starters. Right, we got white pieces, and I have been playing bug defense um, more than any other defense. Today I'm gonna stick to the Caro Kann defense mostly with uh, black pieces against their e4. Now they have played knight f3, and here we're just gonna stick to the main line, which is the d5, hitting the center. And this is the Caro Kann defense, I guess the advanced variation where they push the pawn instead of the capture. And here we just gonna we've got two good moves. One is to pin the knight, the other one is to grab space in the center. Both are good. I'm just gonna keep it simple and pin the knight here. Not to mention that I still have got the flu, and here they have put a defender on their e5 pawn, and I'm gonna recommend to play c5 against this setup. Although we could have gone here, played e6. Now it might look doubtful that you're gonna lose a pawn, but when we play e6, that pawn will be up for grab. And now they have played c3, putting another defender to this pawn. Here we're gonna put another attacker to this pawn by playing knight c6. And yeah, they're playing well. What's their rating? 851. And here we are simply gonna capture this pawn. So Caro Kann defense, I have received a request from a lot of you guys that you want to see me play Caro Kann defense. Here, taking is fine, but they could have also come here, put a lot of pressure here. And now we are going to develop our queen here as well as attack their light square bishop. Notice that that's unguarded. So we are still have got this lecture sheet open behind this game. This is the thing we are following. And in Caro Kann defense, you have to know a bit of theory, like at least I'm gonna say 10 moves. You have to know at least 10 moves in Caro Kann defense. Um, and we are controlling the center, developing our pieces to their optimal squares. We're gonna calculate 2 moves deep, or at least 1 move deep. We will always look for check, capture, and threat. We're gonna do blunder checks before our move, so we're gonna stay alert. And I have received a lot of support from you guys, saying that you guys like or want to see me play this kind of chess for beginner series. I'm gonna play here and open this light square bishop's path. So notice that they have unpinned their queen. Previously it was pinned. And now they are trying to finish their development. I believe this knight should have gone there, if I'm not wrong, but this is also playable. So we are almost on the 10th move. Now let's go and pin this knight as well as develop our dark square bishop. And we're going to put another attacker here on this pawn by um, going here and then putting the knight here. Let's do that. Also, this knight can retake if our c knight is being taken with their bishop. Notice that we're not worried about this. Notice that we're not worried about this light square bishop of ours here, because we are gonna give up our bishop once it's been attacked. I think their best move was here, attacking our queen, but this move is also right, and it's currently being guarded by our bishop, and we can safely castle, I guess. Let me just double check. Yeah, let's castle. Because I was checking that if they play here, then we have to move our queen here. And they have taken. Let's take it back with the knight. And by that, we're not going to think about our knight's bodyguard anymore. Bodyguard. Nice term, isn't it? And they have played knight b5. That is a move I'm not familiar with. They could have gone here. Notice that we are on the 13th move. 13th move. Probably they want to come here. But I guess we can take. But if we take here, the pawn is gonna be here, and that's honestly I don't like it. Currently, this knight is not threatening anything. This pawn is annoying. I mean, both this pawn and this pawn, and we are gonna attack this center by playing here now. And that's the blunder, actually. Now, this one is unguarded now. Okay, now we do not necessarily take this pawn. We instead simply are gonna sit as it is here. Let's play here. So this one is our weakness at the moment. And they have attacked our bishop and rook both. So let's get rid of the knight. Notice that they're playing very fast. And now we are gonna retake the pawn and retake this pawn like this with our bishop, or maybe with the rook, putting pressure on their bishop. Both are good. And we are also eyeing up this pawn. I must say that I have. Okay, we do not have to take this one with our bishop, or this one. This pawn is not going away, so let's rather take with the queen here, and as well as guard this bishop. And I know that this is playable, and in that case, I don't know. Yeah, we have this move as well. And now I guess it's time for us to play here. Tag the queen. Yeah, like I was saying, as I do not play e4 anymore, I do not also play e5 against e4 or c5 against e4. I always play the Pug defense, modern defense, or the Caro Kann defense. These are the free opening repertoire in my uh, free openings that I have in my opening repertoire with black pieces against one e4. The reason why I did not play e5 or c5 because a lot of fury is out there, and okay, let's exchange queens because we are material up, and you should always do so. And now, as the queens are gone, we can actually, yeah, let's take here. Um, I'm letting them to take my bishop because I'm gonna take there and do this one. And they have attacked our rook. Let's do this one. And I do not, like I was saying, I do not play the Sicilian as well because a lot of furies are out there. And I guess taking with the bishop would have been better because now they also have this one once I take this. So they take, I take, and they go here. I have allowed them a lot of counterplay. So I usually don't like to give uh, our opponent or my opponent enough counter blow. Um, let's save this bishop. How are we going to save? Let's put it in an active square. Here, going here. This pawn is still guarded. If they play here, they cannot take because of the pin. Yeah, but Sicilians are okay. These diagonal. When you have bishops, always look for diagonal actions because this is also from this thing, the lecture sheet, as we call it, the habit of developing or building pattern recognition. So as soon as you build the habit of pattern recognition, you will quickly find moves. So we are now. What do we do? We are gonna definitely take the rook because it comes with more point because our bishop can be taken, but we can save our light square bishop here or here. Good game by our opponent, and oh, I just noticed that this one is, yeah, we can take this one as well. Good game by our opponent. Definitely he played well. Now what do we do? This bishop is, we don't necessarily have to move this bishop. Let's develop this rook. Rooks belong to open files. So we have got they have got free pawns, and we are two pawns up, a couple of pawns up, and now what do we do? We are also a whole rook up, not to mention. Uh, let's put the rook here. During the end game, you should always try to keep your rooks as active as possible. And they have, okay, now this bishop is under fire because the rook used to protect the light square bishop. Let's move it here. Okay. And yeah, there are a lot of favorites. Tell me about it against one e4. I mean, if you want to play the e5 relopeds or the Sicilian with c5, a lot of theories that you have to know because My experience says that even these days, beginners know a lot of theory with um, the Ruy Lopez, the Spanish, or the Grupo Piano, or even with the Sicilian. So to avoid complications and theories, these are Caro Kann is actually a good opening, easy to understand as well as easy to play. You don't have to remember a lot of variations. Park defense is a bit difficult, I must agree. It's a bit difficult, but as soon as you get a hold of playing the park defense, and good game, as soon as you the habit of playing the park defense quite often, you will okay, let's play a new membership, a new game, new. Let's play a new member or new. What am I saying? Let's play a new. This is the thing in membership. Let's play a new opponent. Let's stick to the d4. And today we are gonna try to play the Jobaba London system that starts with going here. Just like the London system, the only difference is okay. Our opponent is not allowing us. What's their rating? 895. They haven't played a good move because this move. Okay, let's come here to the lecture sheet. You have to always ask what is our opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing. What is this move doing? It's actually attacking us, but this queen, she used to guard this pawn, so we can now safely take this pawn. So I wanted to play a Jabava London system, but unfortunately can't play it anymore because of the dubious move played by our opponent, and they have attacked our Daskar bishop. Let's put the bishop. Yeah, let's put the bishop here and tell our opponent what are you gonna do with your queen. Are you gonna underdevelop, or see there, instead of developing their pieces, they are moving their pieces back and forth due to our attacks that start from early on the game. Now this queen can further be attacked if we can go there. How can we go there? By going here and playing there, or if we go there, we're gonna block the mobility of this pawn. Let's go here. So see, this is how the simple strategies that I am calculating, at least 2 moves deep. Very simple, nothing fancy. And now we can simply play e4, attack the queen again. So, and that's a blunder. Few seconds for their moves. That's the we also addressed this lecture sheet in this lecture sheet, a strategy for beginners, which is to not rush your moves. And our opponent doesn't have this lecture sheet. Probably that's the reason why it was he. Okay, let's stick to the Caro Kann that starts with c6. You have to remember these few moves. Now again, queen move. What are we gonna do? When you see your opponent moves their queen, if possible, if you know that you can attack that queen, do that. So let's forget about the opening now. Attack the queen. Let's see what they do. They don't have this move anymore. So now, if we play the main move, which is in the Caro Kann defense. We have to play d5, but if we now play d5, they have this pawn gaining a tempo on our knight. So that's the two moves deep calculation I have just done and found that, okay, that's not a good idea. So instead, um, I can see that they want to play here. So we do not want them to play here. Let's stop that one by going here. So this is still, as you can see, the computer is telling that this is still Caro Kann defense. Now, what do we do? And we're not following the main lines in the Caro Kann defense, so that's why we are just simply following this lecture sheet. The lecture sheet also says that always look for check, capture, and threat. So we have a check here. We can give that one, but that, let's calculate two moves deep. We go there, and they block this way as well, as that helps them to develop their dark square bishop. We don't want to do that, but we can. The way we started our game is to put pressure on this queen. When we played d6, this diagonal is open and our bishop is well protected here, so we put pressure on their queen again. So they have to win their, they have to move their queen again. I think now we can give a check because is it necessary? I'm just thinking, is it necessary to give the check? Or do we play e5, grab more space? I'm gonna keep it simple, play e5. And that's a good move because they wanna take and win our bishop. But we have a tactical blow here. That belongs to the what do I say? Here, sorry you guys for the background noise. There has been a family program going on to the apartment, which is just a block away from our home. We can take here and let them take here because we can take their queen. And now if they take our knight, we can take their bishop. So they have decided to take our knight. Let's take their bishop. And now they may think that, okay, they're going to win our bishop like this, but we have a devastating checkmate. And my beautiful wife has just bought me a sweet cup of tea. And thank you, wife. Thank you very much. And all right, so let's look for another one. Okay, we got black pieces again. Now we are gonna stick to the Caro Kann defense. E4, C6. They are playing the main line, knight f3, and we are simply gonna play d5. These are the first couple of moves in the Caro Kann defense, and they have played knight c3. Here, actually, the theory is to, this is called the Caro Kann defense, two knights attack. The theory is to actually play here, I guess, but I prefer here to play this one, d4, because that's gonna no, they played here, and we could actually go here and let them play here. Should we do that? Um, Sorry guys, I'm just calculating. In that case, end of the day, they have this square once attacked. What do we achieve in this case? Okay, let's keep it simple. Let's just pin this knight. And we are trying to play e5. And do we play e5 now? Yeah, why not? Let's play e5. And then we're gonna play here, attack the okay. In this setup, in the Caro Kann setup, when your bishop is being chased like this, do not uh, move your bishop away necessarily. Just give it up and let them take. And now let's go here, attack this knight, and let's check. The knight is gone. And we win the knight like this. Well, I think I could have won the knight before when I played e5. How did I miss that one? Don't know. How did I miss that one? So what is their threat? Their threat is probably to come here. Let's stop that going here. We're playing simple chess. That one was also a threat. So both are blocked. And they're trying to castle, I guess. We can take this pawn safely. Let's take this one. Notice that I'm not playing as per the theory. I think from move number, what was it? D3. Yeah, from the third move. In the third move, I played D4. So just stick to the. If you're a beginner, stick to this lecture sheet, and you'll see that your rating has improved a lot. And now they have attacked our this knight because of this battery they have, but we can easily save this one by playing here, or even better move is this one, because that's a developing move as well. So we are guarding it like this way. So instead of playing there, I think playing maybe going here, attacking our queen could have been their best move. Now they have decided to keep on attacking, but they have forgot to defend their own pieces. So let's take that one. Now they have attacked our knight, but they forgot to um, watch out their own camp. So that's a sweet victory for us. So they rushed their move. Okay, so we've got 3 games with black pieces in a row. Again, we have e4 on board. Now let's stick to the Caro Kann. e4, c6. So today this rating climb game is the Caro Kann day, and let's play d5. So remember this. Okay, they have played the exchange variation. Exchange variation is a bit calmer way, or yeah, it's a bit calm way of playing, calmer way of playing by the white pieces, I guess. Knight c3. I guess playing here was the fury, but I have also faced knight c3, so that's okay. Now, how do we play? We put a defender by playing here, and they have this diagonal. You gotta watch that out. Yeah, so if I don't know if you guys can hear the background noise. There has been house party going on in the uh, apartment, which is just a block away from our house. Now let's develop, and we are gonna put this bishop. Always remember that in Caro Kann, this bishop uh, usually remains outside the pawn chain by going here, pinning the knight, and here if your bishop is being chased, I recommend to give it up. Let them have the bishop pair, and we are gonna pile up here, and now this allows to get this one. Comes a tempo on their queen. And now we're gonna put a defender as well as open our dark square's bishop's way. Notice that this knight is unguarded, so that is a tactical vulnerability. For example, we are castle, they could have taken this pawn that comes with a tempo on the king and could easily grab this knight and winning a pawn end of the day. So which is the reason why we are gonna, before playing any move, we are gonna safely put this knight in a safe square. Let me have a sip on the cup of tea. Cup of tea. Cup of tea. Yeah, I guess that's the British way of saying cup of tea, because when I used to live in the UK, I heard that people used to say it like that. I don't know in America whether they say cup of tea. My American viewers who are watching this channel, let me know whether you guys say cup of tea or cup of tea. Okay, so that, what is that move doing? That is actually pinning our knight. Nothing fancy. Now we have to develop as quickly as possible. So let's put this bishop. This is the best square for the dark square bishop in Caro Kann defense. But if this knight is pinned with their dark square bishop, I guess in that case we could play h6. So they have centralized their rook. Now let's castle. Yeah, in that case, we're gonna play h6 and ask their bishop a question. What are they gonna do? In here, I guess in Caro Kann defense, always remember that just like the Park defense, this queen in Park defense, most of the in most situation, this queen goes here, and in Caro Kann defense, this queen goes here in most of the situations. So let's go here, puts a question to the ally square bishop. You guys just have to remember this thing in the middle game. And so now let's keep on developing rooks. This rook comes to this square. And one day we're gonna play here. That's a threat. So they have played c5. Interesting. We just gonna play here. Notice that we haven't taken this pawn. Instead, this one is a better threat than that. So they are almost similar to our rating. And that forced them to play a backward move. Now let's take this pawn. If they take, yeah, they have decided to take there. Now this bishop. Okay, let's go here. Lecture sheet. What is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing? We have built this habit, and this move, this bishop used to guard this square. Not anymore. So this square is vacant. We can easily dive in with our knight. And this one is a real threat now. So they have to address this one by, I don't know, they have to let go this pawn, but they have to calculate at least if at least 2 moves deep, and if they do so, they will see that we have this check, or we have this one putting a pressure on their queen, and then we could even take this pawn that comes with the tempo on the king. So they have to think carefully before playing their move. And that's the careful calculation. Thanks for the blunder. Good game. Now let's try to play another one. Okay, now we've got white pieces, and now let's try to play Jobava London system. Like I said, I don't play e4 anymore, guys, so I'm very sorry if I upset you guys. Let's play knight c3. In Jobava London system, this bishop goes here, this knight comes here. Let's go here. This knight is an easy opening, or easy opening system or setup to remember. And if you are a beginner level player, you should stick to easy setups. Now we can actually dive in here. That's the threat. So let's go there. So to only way to stop this threat is to play here. Play e5. And once they play e5, we are gonna win a pawn. So they didn't have this lecture sheet, and that's the reason why they didn't calculate this one. What is my opponent's latest move is doing and is not doing this move. Now let's take the pawn as discussed, or okay, what is that? That's a blunder, nothing much. And when you are pieces down, you should avoid exchanging more pieces. Now we could easily take there, but why not go here and develop the queen as well? So let them take us. So this one comes with a tempo on the king. So they have decided to castle. Now we can take the bishop and let's take more pieces and exchange a lot of pieces. And look, their king side safety is very much questionable. Now let's castle long. That also puts a pressure here. Now let's try to develop our remaining pieces. These two pieces are spectators at the moment. Excuse me, guys. Let me just take a couple of sips, sip on the tea. Yeah, it was soothing. Okay, so what is that move? I think rook belong to that square. Now let's develop, but instead of developing here, let's develop here so that we can go here, put pressure on this last square bishop. And I'm welcoming exchanges because they take. Okay, now let's go here. And let's take this one. Keep it simple. Let's develop this last square bishop. So they have to put all their pawns in light square. That is what they are doing. Only one pawn is in the dark square. Now we gotta play keeping that in mind. So they are missing a bishop. Oh no, my internet connection is fluctuating. So that's a good move. Developing the rook to the open or half open file. Now let's counter, try to break. We can take with the pawn or with the bishop. Let's take with the pawn. And now let's roll this pawn as well. Grab as much space as possible. Now let's play here and open again as many lines as possible against their king. This pawn has the potential to become a passed pawn. Now let's go here. Let's push this one. That way, we are also allowing our rook to remain free of responsibilities. That's not a good move actually, because exchanging pieces, I mean, they should have avoided exchanging pieces. Now this file is ours, and let's push this one because that square is covered. Although we could have played here in the last move, I think we should play here. Make this pawn um, queen as soon as possible. But before, let's give a check here first. Keep the king as further away as possible, because they're gonna play here sooner or later. Now let's push this pawn. Make that a queen, and that doesn't stop us. My internet connection is really annoying me. I have resigned. Understandable. Let's try to play another game. Okay, we got black pieces, and again we got e4 on board. Let's play the Caro Kann. That starts with c6, and d4 we always play d5. All right, so Caro Kann fantasy variation. What is their rating? 904. I think they know the Fury. And fantasy variation is actually, I must say, a good way of playing against the Caro Kann defense. Here I recommend to take, and they have retaken quickly, and challenge or strike their center as soon as possible. So remember that, take and then play e5. Here, 93. Oh, let's take. Exchanging pieces are good for black, or is good for black in Caro Kann defense. Remember that as well. Now, let's play here. They can play here, but that's not afraid anymore, because when queens are off, and when the queens are not on the board, you can take a lot of risks. And here, I guess the knight d2 would have been better, because this pawn wants to come or roll like that, and as well as the one I am gonna play here is to pin. Now, how are they gonna defend this pawn? Probably by playing here, but in that case we have this one. So let's win the pawn by taking the knight first, and then capturing. Notice that I'm not rushing my moves, even with the shore move, like this capture that was discussed a move ago. I paused for a couple of seconds and then I moved it. This is the habit that you must, well, that's a blunder again, because what is this? Again, the lecture sheet. What is my opponent's latest move is doing and not doing? This move has allowed us to play here, because that's defended. Now let's retake, recapture. Yeah, they have a check. Mm, Now let's play here and develop as well. They have decided to castle. We can safely castle as well because this knight is well guarded. Hmm. What is that move? Okay. We can attack this bishop by going here. Let's do that. Notice they don't have any pawn to fork our knights. So whenever you have these kind of things, like you have two pieces, that those are gonna be these kind of squares. Always watch out for forks. Say, for example, I've just played here. This knight is here. This knight is here. So that could be forked. And now we can. That's a blunder as well. I guess we can win one of the pieces. They have to play this one. Yeah, but even if they play that one, we can take this pawn and win this one. Do we do that? Um, Actually, no, I just noticed that they have this check if we do that. So that's a rather losing move for us. Yeah, so that's the two mover calculation. Shoo, that was very close. Instead, what can we play? We can play here because this is guarded. And if they take here, we can also retake like this. Okay, so they have decided to take. Now, actually, you know what? I'm gonna take with a pawn. And okay, sorry, I'm just writing. All right, so they have attacked our knight, and let's dive in the middle, attack their rook. So we are 3 points up as the computer is showing. No, we win this one. Okay, our opponent is asking me, can you edit a title by my name? Okay, okay, I'm gonna tell him then. Okay, send me a friend request and subscribe to my channel. Actually, I'm gonna do that. Add friend. And now we can move with this. Sorry, guys, for the interruption. Um, so they have attacked our knight, but that can be laterally defended. And um, now let's actually go here and give a check as well as retake with the knight. Okay, and they have again attacked our knight, but now we can actually go here, defend the knight. And they again attacked our knight now. This time let's defend and develop. And every time you move your pieces, you gotta make sure that that serves a purpose. Here it has multi-purpose, defend and develop. So that's a good thing. Now let's bring the king in the middle because we're in the end game. They should have tried to do that as well. Now this pawn is unguarded, so let's try to attack that one. And they can play here, but we can go behind that pawn and win that one. And okay, and let's capture that one safely. They have a check here, and against that check, I'm just gonna simply go back and forget about going in the middle because we are huge material up. We can checkmate the king with the amount of pieces we have on board. Um, let's try to bring this army as closer to the king as possible for quicker checkmates. Let's dive in here um, with an attack on the rook. And this one is almost terminal. Okay. They have only this square to go. And now let's take. We need one more piece, I guess. Let's do this. No, we don't have to take that pawn. Let's push this one. Let's cut the king. Stay here. Cut the king. Push. So with the Caro Kann defense, I think this is the fifth game we have won. Uh, let's make that pawn queen. We gotta make sure that we do not have any. Our opponent does not have any stalemate trick. Let's take now. This square is vacant for their king, and let's go here. Good game. So we have got 5 games in a row with Caro Kann defense. So I'm gonna call it a day because I've got some other stuffs to do. So let me know, guys, how do you think about these games? Sorry, my opponent, what's his name? House Wearer. Okay, House Wearer. How am I gonna copy that name? House House Wearer. Okay, whatever. Housewear. Okay, I'm gonna put his name in the title like as he requested. Uh, what was the request? Can you edit a title by my name? Okay, Housewear, if you're watching this video, uh, uh, you have already probably known that I have put your name on the title, and thanks for the game. And those of you who have tuned in, please ensure subscribing this channel and keeping me motivated. And do let me know, guys, how do you think about Caro Kann defense? And oh, by the way, let me know what's your 31st night plan. And my plan is to play chess during the daytime because I have registered myself on the uh, I don't know what is this thing the chess.com has got. Let me go and check. Hang on a second. How do I go home? Am I okay? Uh, this is weird. Okay, here. So yeah, the 2022 chess.com daily chess tournament. So that's gonna start from 31st December, which is day after tomorrow. And during the daytime, I'm gonna register this event and play games if possible and some blitz game as well. And that's my plan by far. So let's see how many games we have played completed today. Today was okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games, and um, yeah, we got black pieces with 1 game, 2, 3, 4, 5 games. So 5 games in a row, Caro Kann defense. So that's all for today. Thanks for tuning in again. Take care of yourself, bye bye, and I wish you a very, very happy New Year in advance.